gonna try and do this every week. I think it will be fun to look back on whenever I'm done having babies, or if I feel like I want to have another baby, I need to go back and see what you need to sacrifice in order to have one. Or maybe if you're thinking about having a baby and people weren't really honest with how much fun it is during that first trimester. So I actually felt pregnant, I would say, within the first 10 days of actually getting pregnant. I started noticing like a puffiness where the line of my pants goes across my waist, and I just thought I was getting like a little bit fat, but I'm like, you don't get that fat that quick. That's got to be some kind of pre-baby bulge. But then I just thought I was being paranoid, and I was like, Then I started noticing a couple other changes. I got really moody. I started eating everything in sight, and the biggest tip off for me is I take a nap during the day. I don't usually nap during the day because it makes me feel terrible, but the very first few weeks of pregnancy, I can nap like all day and it wouldn't bother me. I took the at-home pregnancy test less than 2 weeks after the baby was conceived, and I saw that second pink line pop up. I was excited. I put a little video up the other day of like how I told my husband with the little pregnancy test on the back of the remote. It was cute. I liked it. For me, at least, weeks 1, 2, and 3 are pretty uneventful, and then week 4-ish is really where shit hit the fan, which is whenever I started to really feel some of those nasty pregnancy symptoms that not enough people talk about, in my opinion. So the week of Christmas, I was around 4-ish weeks pregnant. So Christmas week, I started feeling terrible. Every day of the week that progressed, I felt worse by like 15% until I capped and was just a walking garbage pan. Imagine having food poisoning and nausea all day and you can't get rid of it. Doesn't matter if you eat anything, it doesn't matter what position that you're changing, it doesn't matter how many supplements you take or stuff from your doctor. You just walk around feeling awful, and you're tired because you can't sleep because your stomach hurts, and you can't take naps during the day because your stomach hurts. You can't stand up very long because then you start to get kind of queasy and dizzy, and it makes your stomach hurt even more. So you have to lay around all day, but you can't lay around all day because you have 2 children who are terrorizing you. Not to mention, you have your full load of regular housework that you can't do. Everything in the house smells terrible. Right now, the biggest offenders, which is the same as my last 2 pregnancies, coffee is the worst. It doesn't smell like how coffee usually smells. The actual scent of coffee changes. It doesn't smell like coffee anymore. It smells like some kind of awful toxic gas that just really, really makes me want to die. So basically for all of week 4, every day it got worse. A whole bunch of nausea, loss of appetite, this constant urge to want to puke but nothing happens, mood swings, loss of appetite, fatigue. My boobs are growing, so like boob ache, dry skin, breakouts all up here on the side of my head. I still got my patchy rash. I can't even wear my own deodorant because it smells so bad. I want to just melt. Headache, but you can't take anything for it because you're not supposed to take any kind of pain relievers. During my first 2 pregnancies, they told me it was okay to take Tylenol, which I didn't end up using it very much. I think I took Tylenol whenever I had the flu with my daughter, but I don't think I took anything with my son. But now you're not supposed to even use Tylenol because some kind of lawsuit and poisoning the babies. This is week 6 of the pregnancy, which means that's been 2+ weeks of me feeling like a walking garbage can. I'm trying to record this video fast. I just took a shower, which is one of the few things that does make me feel better, but I can't take showers all the time because I have 2 other children who are home running around all day to terrorize me. I made some adjustments to the supplements that I was taking, and I do think that's helping, but not nearly enough to where I feel like good. I figured out through 2 days of testing that my prenatals were making it way, way worse. Everything still smells terrible. I don't really have an appetite, but if I eat, I want to vomit. If I don't eat, I still want to vomit. I've been waking up every morning at 5-ish, unable to go back to sleep until like 7-something. But if I get up, it's like I can't stand up without being dizzy. But then I go and eat something, right, to make myself feel better because I'm thinking that I just need to eat some food because I haven't eaten for a while. And then I eat something and then it makes me nauseous. This was the first shower I've taken in probably 11 days because that's how terrible I've been feeling. And one of the things that I don't like the way it smells right now is my own clothes, which is why I'm still only in my little bra thing after the shower. I don't want to get dressed. And I also don't want to eat anything, but my stomach hurts, which means I should probably eat something. But on the upside, because not everything about the first trimester is negative, my boobs have doubled in size. And right now I can hear my daughter on the baby monitor, which means that she is not asleep. which means that because she's not getting a good nap, she's going to be very, very fussy for the rest of the day. And whenever you don't feel good and you feel like this, and you know that you have to get up to do something terribly annoying, like pick up a toy that she can't reach, it just makes it so much worse. I feel like there's like acid burning in my stomach, and sometimes whenever I move, it makes the pain worse. But the only thing worse than an acid stomach is the sound of a screaming infant who wants a toy that they can't reach. And because it's wintertime, everything is super dry. My skin is starting to freak out. Look at this. You see this? Those are dry, red, flaky patches. This also happened to me during my last pregnancy with my daughter, so maybe this is also going to be a girl. I had my doctor look at it last time, and he was like, oh yeah, it's just something about your hormones in the dry weather. There's not much you're going to be able to do about it. It's like, oh, thanks. I'll just walk around, with passy rash on my mouth. I'm going to try and do this every week. Or maybe if you're thinking about having a baby and people weren't really honest with how much fun it is during that first trimester. And for some people, it even goes farther past the first trimester. Apparently, my aunt was sick for the whole 9 months. Twice. With my daughter, I was sick for over 10 weeks, and I made sick. I'm not talking about just like, oh, I just, I sucked on an Altoid and I felt better. No, it wasn't like that. It was bad. I was sick. I'm going to be very honest and transparent about this whole pregnancy to keep myself accountable and to tell the truth about how some of us feel during our pregnancies. I'm going to use it as kind of like a journal/venting session. Feels good to talk about it. Okay, I'll be back next week.